Oh, it seems it didn't record so far. Well, I don't know if this recording is working so well. I basically ate a sushi, and then we had an earthquake in Japan with $4 billion in damage. And I ate a Flammkuchen at a Colombian store. And in Chile, we had an earthquake that made 10,000 people homeless the same day. So it seems to be that there is something that I have a lot of miracles. For example, I come into a room and I look at a clock and it's just 8 o'clock at the second or 9 o'clock at the second. And it seems to be that I'm very close to God. And if mankind is charging me money for Flammkuchen or pizza or a pair of sneakers or whatever, that God sends some sort of heavenly curse onto the planet to retaliate against the draining of the funds of his employee, his servant, his disciple, or whatever he has there. And some agency should take over my expenses to prevent further curses from occurring. And you know, for example, I bought a pullover for 80 euros, and there was an earthquake in Nepal, and it was at the North Face store, and the North Face is really associated with Nepal. 8,000 people died in an earthquake. Well, I dropped 2 electronic instruments into the water. One was a handy, the other was a synthesizer that I had dropped a coffee into. And both of those days there was a tsunami, and one was the Fukushima tsunami, another was the Bali tsunami. The Bali tsunami killed something like 230,000 people. So, there might also be other factors about my life where God says, like, these factors are bad, and therefore I punish mankind. And if they were better, then he would be nicer to them. So basically, I had some offers. Some people offered me funds, total of maybe up to $500 million. And I didn't know how to accept at that point in time. And now in between, even people made threats that if these people should make their announcement to donate those funds real, they would attack me. Now these people are acting, but they might be acting well enough to impress the donors, so they will make their donation. So I informed the police about them, and the police seem to have persecuted them quite sharply, but we don't know if that was efficient enough. And these people could potentially take over all expenses and prevent, basically like an earthquake to come after each sushi I eat or whatever expense I have. Yeah, so naturally someone else like the US Geological Service would take over the cost for my expenses in order to prevent earthquakes. It would still be better, but we don't know basically if anyone is ready to do that. Might be a lot of people ready to do that, but I'm just not sure about it, and I don't know how to move forward from here. I mean, I just have my telephone basically as a resource to contact people.